Welcome to We've Got Words, the podcast no one asked for, where we be rattling. I'm your host, Brent Neves, alongside my great co-host, who is hot stuff today, Cam Ponte. Cam, how we doing?
First of all, don't hit on me. Second of all, terrible opening.
Where's your mug?
You want to know where my fucking mug is?
Where's
Why
your
don't you
mug?
check near the side of your sink? You piece of shit
It's
told
not.
me when you got me that mug, I need to use it every single fucking episode, and that you promised you would always have it washed for me. But now, I have to go out of this little
Yeah, hot
tiny
stuff.
fucking espresso cup.
Okay, first
they
off, you
even
didn't
see the
have
hot
to
stuff?
do.
They
you
can. It's on
you
both
didn't
sides.
have to do that.
I
You
did.
chose that mug or that shot glass, espresso.
It's
glass.
an espresso, man.
I will say I do respect you taking the label.
Yeah, because
off
I
the
knew you
water.
were going to be a friggin' label Nazi.
Okay, let's go. Good for you, but it's not my.
I
job to do.
anticipate your stupidity.
Also, what was wrong with the intro? We be rattling out
We're
here.
not rattling.
We're rattling.
That's not how this works. It was a terrible thing.
I think it's a great thing.
You're dumb.
Also,
You have terrible taste in beverages.
Another reason why your mug wasn't washed is because we're recording on a Thursday, which we normally
They
don't
don't need to know that. Don't tell them that.
I'm not telling them that. I'm telling you this.
I know what day it is.
I don't think you do.
I always know what day it is.
I don't think you do.
And I know what days we record and what days we don't
Because
record.
I was saying we have to record a day early because we're going away for our friend's bachelor party this weekend.
Correct.
And you were like, yeah, so. I was like, so that means we have to record today on the Thursday. And you told me, did we talk about this? When else would we record?
I was busy.
Crazy.
We had plenty. We could do any other day in the week, but Brent refuses to record during the week.
Yeah, 'cause
which
I actually have a real job.
guess I can respect, but, so now we have to fucking record during the week anyway.
I think since we always love to take audience suggestions, I think the audience should suggest Cam do more work because he has all these clips and all these everythings and still doesn't do it. And we know it's a motivation and drive issue for you. We talked about it on the podcast, but we have to record on a Thursday because I have work to do, to get the episode
First
ready for
of all-
Monday. Oh, and also you are getting
First
sanctioned.
of all,
We'll leave that to the end though.
the audience can tell me anything they fucking want. If you think for a goddamn second I'm going to listen to those people,
That's
you
crazy.
got another thing coming.
You
I
just
am my own man.
Did you just call our audience those people? That's
The only
wild.
audience members I respect are the Cam-Maniacs. And if you're a
That's
Cam-Maniac,
an
you'll
audience of
never try to
0.
tell me what to do.
So if someone identifies as a Cam Maniac,
Then they're automatically in the upper echelon of humans.
and then if they tell you we want more of Cam, you
then
should
they
be
get
doing-
kicked out of the club.
That's crazy.
If that implies that Cam needs to do more work, or they agree
So you're
with you
saying-
on anything,
you're
they're not
saying
true
a typical
Cam-Maniacs, and they can get
Cam-Maniac-
fucked.
A typical Cam Maniac in your eyes,
No,
then.
Not a
What-
typical.
Okay, so the average.
No, just all of them.
Okay, so all of them.
In order to be a Cam-Maniac, you A, can't agree with Brent, and B, can't ask me to do more work.
So
And you also
essentially-
have to be my fan.
So essentially, they have to like you for being here, but doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's wild. We still need a name for my fans, which are. Oh, I know.
Oh, I know what they are.
The
fucking
listeners.
stupid.
Oh no, I was gonna say the listeners.
Your fans are called fucking stupid.
No, my fans are called the audience. Everybody.
It's sad that you think you have fans.
But-
That's really cute.
But I
buddy.
will say one benefit of which I thought you were going to be a little sluggish today because so we know very well, but the audience doesn't know. It was Thursday and you were craving some B-dubs.
Guy fucking bragging about Thursdays again.
Love Thursdays. It's like our Friday. But you were craving B-dubs. So I said, we'll go today, right before we record. It was Boneless Wing Thursday.
Boneless Wing Thursday is a fucking bargain, my
It's
friend.
a bargain. So we got a bunch of wings, but also they had some specialty items. Now, I've been trying to get you to do
They had
limited.
one specialty item.
They had two.
Did they?
They had two special things we did. Yes.
Well, no, one was just a deal. One was a fucking item.
Same shit.
No, it's different things.
So I said we can also go there and experience that. Now, usually you always fight me on limited time stuff. You go, well, I'm just going to get what I like.
Well, because the thing, if we're going somewhere that I already like and I have something in mind that I want, why am I going to go out of my way to not do that? That's just going to be annoying.
For the content. Easy.
I'd rather be happy.
So what we got was we had the Buffalo Wild Wings Mountain Dew Radler. What is it? It's half Mountain Dew and half beer. Not
It
blended
is
together.
An abomination.
It
is what
wasn't
it
bad.
is.
It wasn't bad.
It didn't go well together.
Here's the thing. If you like...
It just tasted like you were drinking like watered down beer or shitty Mountain Dew.
if you like Mountain
Why would
Dew,
I want either of those?
if you like Mountain Dew and you like beer, you will like this. But if you think it's going to taste something different than Mountain Dew and beer, you're mistaken, because the two flavors, you can only taste one at a time. Like, they're very separate. Not bad.
It's not a good mix, though.
I don't know. There was something in the Radler, though, because it put us in a mood.
That didn't put me in a mood.
It put me in a mood. And then the waitress came down and was like, oh, we have also a deal because we want to get an appetizer. And she's like, well, it's endless apps if you buy 2 of them. Mistake. We've got 4 20 wings, a Radler, and then I got 2 beers and you got 2 margaritas.
Yeah.
So we're not feeling too hot. So we
My
each get
stomach
one bathroom
feels like-
break if we need it. I
My
will give you
stomach
that.
feels like there is going to be an explosion, and there's going to be like a Radler hand pops out. Like an ecto cooler green hand comes out and just like starts playing with the mic.
We joke about this a lot. We're like, I'm going to kill myself. I think this was the closest I ever came to literally offing myself. I was
let's
full.
not go that far.
I don't know, dude. It was rough. It was brutal. And
You're
then
going to be okay. It's just a little tummy ache.
Then we took that
You'll
edible.
survive.
Then we took that edible, and that...
Well, that was just a bad idea because we did not need anything else in our system, dude.
No, it was bad.
It was too much.
But I will say, I think the Radler experience, which, by the way, highly recommend getting it at least once. I was trying to like argue
Save
for
yourself $4.
It was $4. Yeah, get yourself a Radler.
No, it was bad.
I would say overall...
Do not recommend.
Overall, the Radler on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give
Solid
it a 6.5.
2.
That's crazy.
Solid 2.
All right, so then the average would be like 4.25.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Exactly how much you paid for it.
Seems about right, yeah. Endless app deal, that's a solid 8.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good deal. It was just so much stuff.
Dude, I'm pretty sure we spent like what we normally would, and we got about 3 times the amount of food.
I mean, like,
it was a
like we
mistake,
said,
but
it's hella deals over at Buffalo Wild Wings.
But
I wish we were sponsoring them.
Another good thing about B-Dubs, though. yeah, we'll sponsor you. You need the help. You need more drinks.
We'll take care of Buffalo Wild Wings. Don't worry. We got them.
It was funny, though. We almost gave him a good idea. When I got my second beer, I was like, yo, I should ask for Mountain Dew and just see if they'll be, like, dumbfounded when I mix the two. But
I would love if you did that and they just kicked you out.
That would be funny.
They're just like, dumb idea. That sounds terrible. You need to leave.
But I will say another great thing about B-Dubs, as everyone knows, the sports. Right? You know, people go there for, you know, when
not
it's hockey
a huge sports
season,
guy myself, but you know,
yeah,
I can enjoy
game,
it on occasion.
Football
It's
popular.
an ambiance thing, you know.
Yeah, but what I didn't expect, right, is that Cam Ponte, not a sports guy, but man, loves the WNBA apparently.
Well, I like part of the WNBA.
What part do you like about the WNBA?
I love Caitlin Clark.
This guy, I didn't know this, but I'm gonna give you your time. Let me intro it first.
Sure.
This guy is the biggest Caitlin Clark fan I think I've ever met.
Well, let me add
Hold on. It's not your time yet. I'll let
I was gonna add some context.
I don't need no context. You'll have your time.
You always need context.
I think I've never seen someone as in love as Cam is with Caitlin Clark. So I am going to give you the floor here. Say all the nice things about Caitlin Clark. I'm going to send it to her. I'm going to get you on her map. Okay? And then we're going to talk about your other knowledge of the WNBA. Okay? So go ahead. I'll give you a couple minutes.
Let me give you that context. All right? I don't like basketball.
Yeah,
I don't. And it has nothing to do with the WNBA because, if anything, it's probably more entertaining than the NBA, in my opinion. But Caitlin Clark
Look in the camera.
She knows.
Look in the camera.
She knows.
Caitlin Clark your heart
is absolutely fucking stunning. I think that's just a common fact of the world. Absolutely stunningly beautiful, great personality, and incredibly talented. I'm not even a big basketball guy, but I've seen some highlights. She's changing the game. That's not even me being sarcastic. She's making people interested in the sport, and I think that that's fantastic. But I think what everyone's missing is how incredibly perfect she is all around. She's just what you want in a human being. And I don't like that you were trying to come down on me for that.
No.
When we were in B-Dubs, you were questioning me.
I like Caitlin Clark.
You were questioning me.
I
you were
agree
trying
with
to put
you.
me down. You were trying to tell me I didn't know as much as I knew.
But
and I kept telling you, I know her.
I was
I don't
correct
know
with that.
basketball.
We'll get into it. But before we move on, I'll give you one more, like, if you had to say one thing, if she could hear you, if you could talk to her right now and you were to say one thing to her, what would that be? Deliver the line right in the camera.
Give me a chance. Just give me a chance.
Louder. I mean, come on.
Give me a chance.
This guy is your biggest fan.
Well,
okay, now, Cam, here's when we get into it now, right? Now, pretend like we're still at B-Dubs, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't have this conversation, okay? I asked Cam, because I knew where this was going. Cam likes Caitlin Clark. Cam doesn't give a fuck that she plays basketball.
No, I think that she's great at what she does.
Yeah.
I think she's incredibly talented.
She could do
like
anything
I said,
and
she's
still be in love.
Well, I'm sure everything she does, she's talented with. So
I asked Cam,
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Kind of knowing, I thought maybe he would get a couple right.
I knew what number she was.
You guessed.
No, I knew. I knew. It was in my soul.
I started with the basics. Hey, Cam, what team does she play for?
That was a loaded question.
What team does she play for?
That was a loaded question because I cannot name many sports teams in general.
But here's the thing. I said, okay, just try to guess. Guess a place. And you said?
Kentucky.
Solid, right? That's a place that it could be.
Fair guess.
Right? Then I said, name the name. Like, what is the name? You could pretty much say any bird, any animal. Usually you'll have a good bet, right? You said
the Conquistadors.
So you thought she played for the Kentucky
I didn't say
Conquistadors.
I thought she played. You said name a place and what the team would be. And I said Kentucky Conquistadors. And if anything, I like to think I was a little close.
You were, one, not close at all. But two,
close. First of all, that's believable. There could 100% have been a Kentucky Conquistadors team.
Crazy.
And if not, well, WNBA should be coughing up some money to me.
They don't have enough to even play the players. They ain't
the women's
paying
team
for
in Kentucky could use some rebranding, and I'm here to help.
But it also took you a while to get to that. I'm like, Cam, just literally name a city, a state, whatever.
I don't know sports.
So he didn't know that you played for the Indiana Fever.
Yeah, but after you told me that, I said, okay, that makes sense.
Cam, like the one thing you need to know about her is that she plays basketball and at least the team.
I don't follow basketball. I follow stars.
Okay. So your biggest fan.
I never claimed to be her biggest fan. I just said I love her and I think she's perfect.
I think all right, I'll help you out again because
I'm blinded by love.
I can sense
There's
your love.
nothing wrong with that.
I can sense your love. So what I will say is this guy, give him a chance. I think.
I already said
no,
that.
but hold on, I'm not done yet.
You're just taking what I said.
No, I think she should reach out to you and she should tell you a little bit.
I'm a hard guy to find.
Crazy. And she should tell you about the WNBA and the team she plays for and about basketball in general.
Yo, she should get me tickets to a WNBA game.
I'm pretty sure you can just walk in.
So I can not bring you because you won't appreciate it.
You'll
be a prick the whole time.
I'm pretty sure I can just walk in.
Yeah, but I want like a meet and greet. I don't want her to give me a chance. I think I could charm her.
I can
be charming sometimes.
I'm pretty sure I could buy you like VIP tickets and it would...
Put your money where your mouth is.
Okay.
Let me meet the love of my life.
I mean, or we can just...
Well, sorry. Let me meet Caitlin Clark. We don't know if she's the love of my life yet.
She might be, though. So,
there's some other
also,
contenders.
we'll throw this out there just to add your chances. If you know Caitlin Clark out there, hook a brother up.
I mean, that'd be nice.
I'm saying, hook him up.
Not gonna say no to that. That's a good deal.
But then
if you hook me up with Caitlin Clark, I'll give you Brent.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I will. I'd trade you for Caitlin Clark in a heartbeat.
But then the B-Dubs we went to was in the mall. So we went to like a toy store in the mall to digest and look for some stuff.
Yeah, and
that was a mistake.
Such a fucking prick the entire time we were there.
You
refused
are such
to
a
let
child.
me have joy.
You are such a child.
How am I a child?
You are complaining and whining and wanting me to buy you Star Wars figurines and helmets.
Yeah, because you want me to be happy. You complain all the time. Cam's sad. Oh, Cam's miserable. Cam's this, Cam's that. Get me a fucking Star Wars helmet.
Be a better son.
I want a Star Wars helmet.
Be a better son.
You know what would make me happy? If I was sitting here right now with a fucking X-Wing pilot helmet on.
You get one. Star Wars Caitlin Clark.
Star Wars all day.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
That's why you're single.
She's fantastic. I mean, but it's Star Wars.
That's crazy.
I don't know her. I know Star Wars.
And then finally, though, I had to get you out of the store because I was like, we got to go.
Yeah, and you wouldn't fucking buy me anything.
And then you called me.
No. First of all, All of that happened before we went in, so great timeline on you, fuckface.
You called
Second
me.
of all, we're walking out of B-Dubs to the toy store. My phone starts vibrating. I look at it. I go, why the fuck are you calling me? You go, I'm not calling you. I show you my phone, and it shows I can either answer the call or deny the call, and it's your stupid fucking picture that I have of you in there being a dumbass. And then you said, what the fuck? Then you grabbed your phone, hung up, and then said, did you grab my phone and call you? I was like, no, dumbass.
No,
Clearly
this is what
something
happened.
else happened. You're just a fucking moron.
Cam called me.
No.
And then he called me. I saw him. And then he turns his phone to me and go, why are you calling me? And I'm
Nope.
like, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay, here's what we'll do. I'll take a screenshot of my call history where it shows an incoming call from you, and people will be able to know that you're a fucking
of
idiot.
my phone call history that shows your call.
Yeah, and when the time on mine lines up with closer to the time B-Dubs ran my card, you'll see
you're
that
not going
it
to do
was
that much
right
work.
after.
You
I
don't-
will to prove you wrong.
You don't do work
I
for
will to show
anything
the
else.
people that you're a fucking lying piece of garbage.
Fine, do all that work and post it. I would love that.
I will.
Okay.
Fuck you.
But anyways, so that's what we did today. But now, time to get into the podcast because we had quite a weekend, I thought. So as everybody knows, and we talk about it multiple times on the show, and I'm pretty sure we teased it literally last week's episode, but it was your birthday weekend. What are you looking at in that face?
Nothing.
Crazy. But it was your birthday weekend.
Don't fucking call me out. I can look at whatever the hell I want. I'm my own person.
You gotta look at the video for that one because Cam just grilled the camera looking so confused.
It's because I
for me
read
to almost stop the podcast.
I
like we were gonna
read
get
someone's
murdered.
mind who was watching the video, and I didn't like what I was hearing. But then you interrupted me, and it broke the connection.
Honestly, you scared me. You just looked dead faced. Like, are we getting robbed right now? And did you know something I don't know?
I got a sense about these things.
Crazy.
I know
Anyways,
what you were thinking. Stop it.
Crazy.
Go on.
Okay, let's not break the fourth wall over here.
I'll do whatever I want.
Anyways, so because it was your birthday weekend and we know how much you like going to the strip club, you always beg me to go. And usually you're right. I don't want to go that often because it's such a big commitment. It's always fun. We always have stories, which we will hear about. But I figured for your birthday weekend, I will take you. We'll get a couple of dances from my boy. We'll get a couple of drinks. And we'll have a whole night of it. It makes you happy. It's something to do for your birthday. Good time, good stories, right? So we were debating if we wanted to go that Friday after we recorded, which we talk about, or the next day for your birthday. Now, we usually always like to check, and it's kind of a joke that we have. We like to check this one place we go to, and we always check to see if they have events. And for as long as we can remember, they have always advertised for St. Patrick's Day 2021.
Yeah. No, they just never update for anything else.
Just
And
never
every time we're thinking about going, well, I'm always like, well, we got to check.
We got to check.
Because there was other times where we showed up and an event happened, and
we
we
didn't
had
know about
checked
it.
that day, and all it said was St. Patty's Day 2021.
Exactly.
And it was like multiple years later, and boom, and there was another event. So we
Yeah.
were very confused.
Yeah, so it's kind of like an inside joke that we have. So we were debating, like, all right, should we go today or should we go tomorrow? We're like, all right, you were like, check the website, see if they have anything. And I checked it because it's a joke.
And I'm pretty sure we were leaning towards going the next
Yeah,
day.
yeah. But because we already had a couple of edibles for the podcast. And then it was like, all right, are we going to continue the party or just kind of call it a night, reset tomorrow? So I look on their Instagram page and I was like, no way. And you thought you were calling my bluff. You're like, oh, St. Patrick's Day 2021. I was like, real talk? They actually have an event. They have a blackout party. And not only did this change, it's tonight. We've never seen this change in about 4 years. And the day we see it change is the day they have the
It was
event.
kismet, bro. It was kismet.
Without like hesitation, no matter, even though we were leaning towards going tomorrow, we both looked at each other and were like,
We have to
we
go.
gotta go.
We
have to
We
go.
can't not go at this point.
So because we were recording, you like came just like, I think from work. So I think you were still in like work clothes. So you were like, I need to borrow clothes. So I was like, whatever. Take a shirt, take pants, take whatever whatever you need. I was like, whatever, look at my drawers, look at like my closet. What are you gonna need? You take. So then you start trying on my clothes, Cam. How was that?
Well, here's the fucked up thing, buddy. You gave me a pair of pants. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's put it on. No ballroom. It was a cheap castle. No ballroom. And it was very concerning because I had it on and I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe he just hasn't worn them in a while. Just got to get used to it, stuff like that. I had them on for like a solid like 5-10 minutes when we were getting ready. I couldn't do it.
Because
I couldn't do it. My balls were claustrophobic. It was terrible.
Here's where we differ. You go, how are these comfortable? I go, they're not. And then you say,
where the fuck are you buying them? Who buys uncomfortable clothes?
Because I buy my clothes for style, not for comfort. You buy yours for comfort, not for style.
No, I buy it comfort first and rely on, okay, what's the most stylish out of this comfortable stuff?
You usually stop at comfort.
No. Look at this shirt. See this shirt? Boom. Fantastic. So comfy.
Green.
Well, yeah, it's like a mint green.
Wild style. I'm not wrong with it, but I bet it's comfortable.
Oh my God, try this shirt on, you'll come.
No, I'm all set. But my pants are made to, look good.
Yeah, but they didn't even look that good.
They were tight.
They looked like they hurt, is what they looked like. And can confirm they suck.
They hurt. They're tight, but
They're shit pants.
Sometimes people want to see tight clothes. They're tight in the right areas. You know
I was convinced that you buy women's pants.
No, they're just
and
tight.
I'm still not convinced that you don't buy women's pants. I think that's just what happens.
But then you were like, oh, those black ones. I originally was like, no, I literally never wore those black pants. You don't want those. You want these stylish ones. And you go, let me try the black ones on. I was like, if you want to, I literally never wear these. This is not the vibe. And you fell in love with those pants.
Those were nice fucking pants.
I'm pretty sure they were costume pants.
They had a good amount of stretch. They were like real nice. They were like tight on the leg, but not like they had plenty of breathing room for the boys. And I was feeling myself, that was good
The
pants.
reason why I was like, fine, you can wear those pants because you were comfortable, you were happy. But again, the theme was blackout night. So we had an idea of, okay, the theme is dress up in all black.
Well, you thought that. I said, I don't think there's anything we need to dress up for. I think we just wear clothes and we're fine. And you're like, it's a blackout party. It means everyone wear black.
If you hear a blackout party, usually that means all black. So I wore all black.
And I wore navy blue and black.
Which is dark colors. Yeah. So I was fine with it. That wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
Nope.
We got corrected real quick on that one.
Yeah, we had a stripper. She had the audacity to tell us, where's your fluorescent colors? And we're like, what? And she goes, yeah, blackout parties, all like black lights, and then like the bright colors pop. And we go, we missed that mark.
Did not get the memo.
No, we did not. In our defense, though, I think we were right. But on the way up to the strip club, we got you to listen to some EDM music. Which we figured out you only like EDM when you're high.
Yeah,
which
after two edibles, you're feeling the music. Well, for most of the music.
Because I'm a huge EDM guy, so I'm glad that you really liked that. Yeah, so who are some of your favorite EDM artists?
The one that goes like the.
Yeah. Okay, so
I like the Vowels guy.
Yep.
I like the Saturday. You know that
Avicii.
Yeah,
I know Avicii.
Oh,
he's our Jesus.
He's EDM Jesus.
Cam mentioned Avicii being Jesus, and without even like going, I was just like, yeah.
Well, because
I was like, oh wait, no, that sounds ridiculous to you, but to EDM people,
he's like your Jesus, right?
Like, yeah.
And you just got it, and then you realized that I was making fun of you, and then you got upset.
Yeah.
You didn't like that. You thought that I was like. You're like, oh my God, he finally gets it. Cam sees the light. And I'm like, no, you're just a fucking idiot.
But it was great. There were some like songs that you were listening to that you made whole backstories to. You were like feeling the music. You talked about that guy. You were like, I know what the song's about. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, I had this whole storyline made out for this guy.
And like, I think the song was Waiting for Love by Avicii.
Maybe
that I'm telling you that's
So you listen to the song. Jesus wrote the song. There's going to be a whole story.
You listen to the song, and then this is what Cam thought was going on.
Well, so in like the first part of the song, in my head, I'm picturing like this guy, very very much so like going through his mundane life. He doesn't look happy about it. He's getting ready for work. He's going to work. He's not doing anything. He's doing the dishes. He's making his bed. Like all this extra stuff where it's like, this is miserable. This is tough. And then at the end of like the first verse. You see him, it's like, oh, okay, he's gonna go visit his dead wife.
Yeah, I don't know where you got any of this from.
And then he starts flashing back when he's at the grave, and he's like, oh, okay, and it's him doing the same stuff he did in the first part, but it's all with his wife. And it's like you realize, like, oh, she is actually showing him how to do all this stuff. And like she is the one that like made him get to that point where he is on top of his shit. and he is getting everything done that he needs to.
Yep.
And then he realizes, like, it cuts back to him there, and he's just like, wow, you know what? I'm so grateful for everything that I have with this woman. And then, like, it then goes the third part.
There's a third part to this?
No, the chorus goes, like, 3 times. And in the third part, it shows him he's going through and he's doing all that stuff again. But because he remembered everything came from the good times that he had from his, like, wife, he's doing it happy now. And he's like, he's ready. He's happy for everything that he had. And he's able to go back into the world with a smile on his face, happy with the life and love that he had.
Okay, yeah.
And it was a beautiful
listen
story.
to that song, and I'm telling you right now, that's not what it's about at all.
Well, I didn't say that's what it's about, okay?
That's
I said that's what I picture in my head. That's like the music
Here's the
video
thing.
that I
The
tell.
reason why I went along with it is because you were listening to EDM.
I was
happy.
I was high.
You were high. But
But
again, I was fine with that because I love EDM. You were finally starting to vibe. I was like, I don't care what it is. You have your own narrative. You even started making noises, and you were like, Brent, put this into like GarageBand and do this. And you were just making noises.
Yeah, because I showed
I was like,
how
that's not how that works.
I showed how I could be an EDM artist.
No, you could not.
Oh, but for the record, just so you know, that song, I don't remember what you said it was called.
Waiting for Love.
Yeah, in my head, that's the Dead Wife song. Now.
Okay. It's okay, crazy.
Just so you know, that's the Dead Wife song to me.
But then, so one of my favorite.
Wait, no, I don't. Was it that one? Because that one's the Saturday. But I don't think that's the one that I was singing.
I think
about.
it was.
I don't know.
We'll go through the EDM playlist, and
I'll
post a clip.
Confirm.
You'll post a clip with the song in the background of something. We'll figure it out. I'll show you.
Okay, because I'm not sold that was the one. Because I think the Saturday song and the Dead Wife song were different.
I
songs.
thought they were the same one.
We'll find this out.
We'll
get to the bottom of this
for
because
you.
the fans need to know.
But then you kind of discovered your favorite EDM artist from my playlist though
Nope.
was Galantis.
No, I hate them.
You love Galantis.
No.
Why do you hate
even when
them?
I'm
Why
high,
do you hate them?
Because it was fucking stupid. They had an album art where it was an owl in a fucking cat costume.
Here's what was funny about that,
Dumb.
though. Here's what was
Fucking
funny about
dumb.
that, though. You looked at the album art and you go, they got a cat. At this point, you were just...
No, I said, what the fuck? What's this, a cat?
That's all you said.
I
And-
wasn't happy about it.
But you weren't... They weren't public enemy number one at this point.
No.
Then
But
I said...
I was perturbed.
So Galantis has like a whole like owl theme. So I said, actually, me being a big EDM guy, I was like, that's an owl in a cat costume.
Yeah, and that just sent me. I was not happy about it.
Triggered
That
you.
was fucking dumb. It was stupid because then now I couldn't unsee the owl
'Cause it's an
inside of the
owl.
cat costume,
And-
and it just pissed me
and
off.
all their
What
other-
owl's gonna dress up like a cat? Those don't mix.
It's
Okay,
Halloween.
no, it doesn't matter. That doesn't mix.
So-
That's appropriation.
So then
Owls shouldn't be dressing up as cats.
Then I showed you
He's
another...
in cat face. That's not okay.
I showed you another Galantis song also with an owl, just being an owl. Because
Yeah,
again,
and I
that's
was
the thing.
already mad because I knew what that owl was gonna do. That
But-
owl didn't deserve to be there.
But
and,
I will
and the
say-
music, not good. The music is not great.
It's great, actually.
No.
But what I will say, we haven't done this in a while, but I think it's appropriate. And we'll just throw it in right here, and then we'll continue with our strip club extravaganza. Because Cam didn't do the clips, he still hasn't done a clips for like 3 weeks episodes ago. He promised that he would do a clip every day. He only did one, and it was late. You have a sanction, my friend. You have to listen to 3 complete Galantis songs.
Ain't happening.
Has to happen.
Nope. You can knock all you want. Ain't happening.
Has to happen, or else sanctions will be added.
Nope. 'Cause
And
guess
I'm
what?
going to quiz
I'm
you.
making a ruling too. Caitlin Clark is amazing. There we go.
Okay, cool. You still have to do mine.
I'm not doing yours. I'm just gonna do mine. I'm gonna keep thinking how I think, and I'm gonna enjoy how fantastic she is.
But then after we were kind of done playing, like listening to some EDM music, you thought it was a great idea for the guy who hates these podcast games coming from last week's episode.
Because you were getting mad at me.
You wanted to play a podcast game on the drive up. You
No,
go, how about we
that's
just start
not
thinking of
what
a list?
happened.
I'm like, dude, this fucking guy.
You said you were like, oh, it's so easy to come up with these games. I'll give you a random idea or a topic, and then you just have to come up with specific things in that topic. And I said, okay, we can start that now if you want. And you're like, well, we're not doing that right now. I was like, well, I mean, we can. I'm just trying to be productive
you
because you
what the
always yell at
podcast
me.
should be about, And you said,
And I
all right,
was
let's
like,
do
okay,
it
let's
now.
do
I
it.
was like, I'm not going to work
You
right now. I
always
just
tell
did an
me to
episode.
be productive. You always tell me I got to do more. The second I try to do work, nope, shut down, not allowed. Well, guess what? And that's why I don't do it. Every time I try to do work, you get mad at me.
I think you just secretly like the EDM. I mean, the fucking podcast game.
No.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to appease you because I'm a great fucking friend.
I
And then
don't know.
you shot me down because, as always, anytime I try to do something nice for you, you shit all over it. We heard about it last time. You're hearing about it again. Brent does not let me be nice or be happy.
Well, Cam's just not good at his job. Anyways, so we finally get to the strip club. All right. We walk in. We realize did not get the dress code memo.
Yep.
Whatever. They had a bunch of other stuff for the theme. It was like a free buffet. They had like a specialty
Well, they
drink.
said there was a fucking free buffet, but let me tell you, when we got there, no buffet to be found.
No food. And Cam,
They lied
let me ask
to
you,
us.
did you have dinner that night?
Nope.
Nope. Because why?
Because I was told there was going to be a buffet at the strip club.
There was not a buffet.
There was not a buffet at the strip club.
Which explains maybe why.
That was the
I
first
actually wasn't
strike.
too drunk, but
That was the first strike.
yeah, they owe us a buffet. But then there was a specialty drink. It was like some glow in the dark, like glow drink. So I was like, okay, cool. I want to get that. So I went up to the bartender and I was like, yeah, I'll have like the specialty drink. And she goes, now here's what I thought. Apparently you heard more. I thought she goes, it's gin. I was like, yeah, well, I don't care what it is. Just make whatever the specialty drink is. I got it and it was like just drink gin and it sucked ass. And then apparently you like, well, she said that. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
She said it's gin. Apparently she said something else.
She said, so you said, hey, can I have that specialty beverage thing? And she said, it sucks. It's just gin. And then you said, I don't care. Just make it. And then she just like rolled her eyes at you and was like, okay. And then made it. And then you had it and you were all disappointed. And I was like, all of this information was given to you ahead of time. You're just a prick.
I thought she was like, oh, it's the cocktail with gin in it. And I was like, yeah, that's fine.
No, she told you it fucking sucked.
I just thought she was like, do you like gin? Because it has gin in it. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I didn't know it was just
No,
gin.
and you were like kind of rude about it when you told her.
I disagree.
She was like trying to warn you. And then you were like, I don't care. Just make it.
I disagree. And then I was like, okay, maybe gin and tonic. That makes sense. Glow in the dark. No, worse than that. Why not just make a gin and tonic? It was
I
just
don't know,
gin
man.
and like soda water.
I don't know.
It was disgusting.
Again, you were warned that it was not going to be a good drink. You were just in your own world and you refused to not have a specialty beverage.
But honestly, I was still happy that I had a specialty beverage. And then
Wasn't worth it.
it was good. It was cheap too, so I'm a big fan of that. But then everything really started to turn up for me because we were sitting on the stage, right? And,
At the stage, not on the stage. We didn't strip.
Good
Don't lie
point.
to the people. We're not performers.
and then for those of you who know me, love a good massage. But I don't go to masseuses that often because why do that when my buddies do it for free? You know what I'm saying? But I
You're a
love
strange
I
man.
love a good massage. All of a sudden, I see this girl come up, not a stripper, just a random girl who goes, you want a massage? To you. And you're like, nah, but my buddy over here, I go, I would love one. She was like, well, you get 2 songs, $35, and I'll massage you. I was like, worth it, done. And let me tell you, it's way different going from someone who actually gives massages out. She knew what she was doing.
Okay, but you...
She had the oil. She was moving like muscles from my back to my neck, and then it would pop. And I was like, this is crazy.
The worst part is I had to sit next to you at the stage when there's someone on stage performing
But she already
and
liked us
doing
at this
her
point.
thing.
But she already liked us at this point.
I'm trying to tip. I'm trying to be respectful. And it's very difficult to concentrate on the dancer when right next to you is some fucking idiot getting the shit rubbed out of him going, oh,
It was
oh
so
God.
good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're incredible.
It was
Oh,
great.
you're making all these fucking faces. And it was gross.
It was
I
great.
I was not okay with anything that was happening.
And then I was
and then
hype-
you looked like you finished.
And then I was hyping her up to other people. There was one guy who was like nervous to get one, and I was like, "Dude, you're not gonna regret it. She was awesome." And he was like, "All right," like started to, because what I realized, I think from
You're a hype
this
man.
podcast, I'm a great hype man. I'm a great like
To
social
everyone but
butterfly.
me.
Yeah. So then she was like, "Oh, thank you," and then he was in his world over there. He was loving it.
Yeah, he was getting the Brent Nebs. He was gonna freaking get a happy ending without being touched in the front.
But then, I realized too, I just really like talking to people. I don't care if they're lesbians, as we learned from a couple weeks ago, or if they're strippers. I just love talking to people.
You were chatting up Sid the Sloth when we were there too.
So there was one girl who came up to me, her and her friend, and they worked there. Just not random strangers. They were working. You know what I'm saying?
You can just say they were strippers.
They were strippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't have to be weird about it.
No, I'm just saying they were working.
We're talking about being at the strip club, and you're like, there was a couple of women there. They were working.
Well, the masseuse was not a stripper, and she just gave me a massage, so I need to clarify.
But it was strange.
But she started talking like, oh, like, what brings you? I was like, oh, it's actually my buddy's birthday. We're taking him out, blah, blah, blah. All of that, not a lie, all true. And she was like, you should surprise him. I was like, what do you mean?
Well, so at that point, you're talking to this girl who looked like Sid the Sloth.
I thought she was nice.
She was nice, but she looked like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. And her friend came down and sat next to me and was just kind of trying to bullshit with me. But you know me. I don't small talk.
Not a good small talker.
So you know, it wasn't going very far because she's also talking to me, but I'm also like, well, we're at the stage. We're kind of supposed to be paying attention to the person on the stage. I felt rude. But again, you're chatting it up Ice Age style.
Yeah, so apparently Cam had some stuff to say about her appearance. We'll show Sid the Sloth right here. I guess that's what she looked like. I'll put that picture.
Yeah, just picture Sid the Sloth stripping.
I probably can find that somewhere. If you send it to me, I'll put it in the video.
AI will make it. But
she was like, all right, what we'll do is don't tell him, right? We'll go back to the room. We'll decorate it. We'll set it all up. We'll do all this stuff. Like, it's worth it. She was like, and she was, talking my language a little bit. She was like, think about how much you spend usually when you come here and you get like a private room with a bottle and stuff, which we've done before, and we'll talk about that later.
Like once.
Okay, twice, but that's fine.
Was it twice?
Yes. But I was like, she brings up a good point. She was like, this would cost you less. You get free drinks when you're there. We can bring your bottle because they have like an after dark section. She's like, then you just have to like tip us. And I was thinking about it, but then I was like, that's kind of a lot of money. It was a lot of money. It was, maybe we shouldn't do that. So I was like, you know what? So then I had to, tell her off. I was like, listen, I appreciate it, but you think I'm way too good of a friend. Because originally she was like, talk to him like in private to see like if he would want to do that. Don't give it away. So I was like, I'll get his vibe without giving it away. Instantly turn to you and go, so here's the deal. This girl wants to charge us $750 for her and her friend to go back to the room. We're going to surprise you and decorate. How does that sound?
And I said, absolutely fucking not. Huge waste of money. That sounds terrible. Do not fucking do that.
Then I turned around and went, yeah, I just don't think he'll be interested. He still has no clue what's going on, but I just don't think we're interested. I'm not that good of a friend, so I think it's fine. So then she leaves and whatever, but I had a great time. We'll get to your side of the story later. You were off doing stuff, getting some dances, whatever. Finally came to the point where they closed the bar, and then there's like an after dark section. So we went over there, right? That's where I was getting the massage and all that stuff. But then you got another dance. Okay, I'll let you tell your side. But then I made a really good friend. Really good friend. Again, great at talking to people. Now, I'm not saying I took the words of T-Pain, but like...
You were in love with the stripper.
She was all... Because here's the thing. She was gassing me up. And she was like, you are the funniest person I've ever met. And, I was doing good. I was making room. All alone, by the way. You were getting a dance. I was making room, waiting for you, chatting this girl up, kind of like messing with her.
Sweet talking the stripper.
I was doing such a good job.
Like, I think, a lot of people watching would probably be like, oh, she's playing him. In reality, I think you were playing her. I think you were going to try to find a way to get her to pay you for a dance.
I'm not going to lie. I fell in love with her, but she might have fell in love with me for that minute.
I think she did. Well, it was more than a minute, my friend.
It was such a long time. But anyways, I was like originally wanting to get a dance from another girl who like she also seemed really nice. We were like, oh, we'll get a dance from her. But after talking to this girl for a while, she wasn't even trying to. She was like legitimately liked talking to me.
Yeah, and she didn't look like she was being pushy.
That's crazy.
She didn't look like she was like trying to convince you to go get a dance. She was just shooting the shit.
She was like, you are so funny. She's like, you got to stop. Like, I'm literally dying laughing. She was like, I was just like praying for like a funny white boy. And here you are. I'm like, that's me. I'm funny and I'm white. Like, I was just doing stupid shit. Loving it.
We're going to get a shirt with a picture of you making that face just going, that's me. I'm funny and I'm white.
And she was just loving it. And then I was like, you know what? I am going to get a dance from this girl just because like she's just honestly like a cool person to be around. So I'm like, regardless, I'm going to get a dance from her. Whatever. The other girl that I originally wanted to get a dance from came and she was like, oh, do you want to dance? And I was like, I do, but not from you. And then the girl was like, what did you say to her? Like, almost like, oh,
Well, yeah, because you just broke that girl's heart.
well,
She was just trying to do her job, and you were like, yeah, but go fuck yourself.
Well, no, because at this point I was really confident about everything. So she was like, oh, because the other girl I was
Your
talking to. Your
confidence hurt that woman.
The other girl I was talking to was like, oh, I get it. You're going to leave and go with her. I go, no, I told her I'm going to get a dance. She goes, all right, I get it. I understand. I go, yeah, I told her though from you. And she was loving it. And then she kept, like, the girl I was getting a dance from.
Sweet talking this
was
girl,
like,
dude.
oh, I told her about my massage. She goes, I don't like her. Every girl that I was like, oh, I was talking to her. I don't like her. I'm like,
She was very possessive because she wanted you, buddy.
So then I was finally like, we'll get a dance. I'm going to get a dance. It'll be a good time. Fun time. I'm not going to go into too much details. But originally I was like, I want to get a dance. That's happening. We were talking, having a good time. I was like, I want to wait till my buddy gets back because you were gone for a good amount of time too.
A couple of songs. Yeah.
And I was like, I want to wait for my buddy and then we'll go because I want to make him jealous because I know this would be a girl that you would like she was like really beautiful. So I was like, I know that you would be jealous. I'm like, we're going to wait, make him jealous. I was waiting. I was like, all right, he's not coming. Fuck it. Let's go. We get our dance. I'm going to try to keep it as PG as possible. But like, man,
Brent had a good time.
I made fun of the people at Free Play for fucking on the dance floor. If you were in that establishment when I was getting my dance, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you witnessed and heard the noises.
Well, yeah, I think the bouncer got a whole show.
Yeah, but
the guy in the back room watching you get your dance got a whole
he was
show.
honestly the only one that had a problem with it.
I think you cucked that bouncer.
It was crazy. Let's just say, like, to put it in a good reference, like Love Island making out. Like, that type of aggressiveness and a lot more. And I was like, okay. And like you said, maybe she's just good at her job. No, because like, let me just say, you can't fake everything, you know? And then she was like, all right, I'm going to give you my real name. Here's my phone number. Call. And I was like, okay, cool. I put my name in her phone. She goes, that better be like your real number because I'm giving you my real name. I was like, why would I give you a fake name?
That would be hilarious.
It would have been. It would have been. And then she was like, call yourself on my phone so I know you have it. And I'm like, okay. So I did. And we've been talking a little bit. The funny part of that story, though, was so we got carried away.
How many songs you get, Brent?
14.
Well, I thought it was 11.
I don't know. Might have been. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And here's the problem with that, though, right? We lost track of time. Honestly, it happens. We were preoccupied. But
I think you were just occupied.
But like the establishment, you know, you have to pay for the space that you take up. That's how the business operates. So even though I said I wasn't going to spend all that money, I spent a lot of money. So, but it was worth it.
Well, I'm happy that if you're going to spend that money, it's going to be on yourself.
And then, so what ended up stopping us, so I guess I should thank you, is all of a sudden, like, we're getting into it, right? And my phone starts buzzing. And she stopped, looks at me and goes, I think your buddy might be wondering where you are. I was like, fuck, yeah. So then I look at my phone, and it was a phone call from you and 2 texts. One saying, are you in the car?
First of all, each of these things were 10 minutes apart.
Don't care. I
texted you, waited 10 minutes, texted you again, waited another 10 minutes, and then called you because I was like, this is getting ridiculous.
But the 2 texts were, are you in the car? Valid. Are you getting a dance? So do you think I'm going to text you if the answer was yes? Clearly,
well,
I am.
I was just getting concerned at that point.
But then when we came out, again, you didn't know any of this. The girl was like,
First of all, you came out with the biggest fucking cheesing ass smile on your face. And I was just like, this motherfucker dropped some fucking cash.
The girl wasn't with me because she was like paying out and all that stuff, right? Doing the business side of it. And I was starting to tell you some of these things. And rightfully so, you were like, well, be a little hesitant. It could be her job. And I was like, Cam, I'm oblivious to a lot of things. I was like, I don't think so. And you were like, all right, well, we'll see. Then she came out, and I think you were like, oh, fuck. Because you even saw it, right? This girl was loving me.
A, she was beautiful. B, she was all over you.
All over me.
All over you.
Like, she even waited like after they closed and like.
Yeah, she told you, she's like, well, I'm done, so I'm just going to go change and stuff. I want you guys to chill here because I still want to talk to you when I get out. So you were like, all right, Cam, we got to stay. And at this point, I was just like, no, I want to fucking go home. I want to go home. It's like fucking 3:30, 4 a.m. I want to go home. And you were like, nah, we got to wait. We got to wait. So no, she ended up coming back out after. You guys kept talking a little bit, and then we finally were able to leave. But no, she was all over you.
We're planning on hanging out.
She was saying all this
Here's
stuff.
what was funny,
and I was
though.
just like, are you okay in the head, woman?
Here's another funny thing, though, too. Because before we got to that point, and again, you missed it, we started to build that rapport. We weren't as close as we ended up being, but we started to build that rapport. And I thought, you know what? This girl loves my comedy, my sense of humor. She'll appreciate this. So when she was gassing me up, saying I'm so funny, I'm so entertaining, I went, well, we know we have a podcast. She was like, you have a podcast? That's incredible. I go,
you don't need to tell strippers we have a podcast, bud.
She loves the idea of us having a podcast. And then you walked out like at the end, and it kind of all clicked for her because I was like, yeah, this is my buddy I do like the podcast with. And you were like, you told her about the podcast? And I was like, don't worry, she's cool. She was like, huh, I thought he was mean. Looked at you and was like, yeah, you just look mean.
Yeah, she said
both
of you guys looked hard to approach because she was like, you look like the jock and your buddy looked mean. And I was like, first of all, I didn't want to, but my first reaction was going to be, fuck you. Like, I'm not mean, you fucking bitch. But I was like, okay, I kind of get it now. But apparently I was mad dogging the strippers.
She told me, she was like, yeah, you just look like, you're like all that and like a jock and like always popping. I'm like, no, quite the opposite, actually. A lot of people think that because I look like a prick.
Yeah, you do. You
I was like,
bitch.
I am not that at all. Funny white boy, though, that's me right here. And
sure,
man, was I funny.
Whatever helps you sleep at
And
night.
she thought you were sad, which...
No, she thought I was mad.
Mad is sad.
You said, I always say sad. And she goes, I don't know. So I don't think she agreed with you on that.
But that was the first time I went to the strip club with you, and I was like, Cam, I'm so glad we did that because you always want to. And I was like, this was a good time for me, so I am glad we did that.
Yeah, I didn't feel the same.
Yo, what happened to you? Because
I just had a bad time.
We split up. So the guy who always wants to go to the strip club goes to the back room, comes out, and goes, I don't think I want to go to the strip club anymore.
Nah, it was. I got real bad vibes the whole time. When we were the dance I got on the first side, it was good. It was fine. Nothing special, but can't complain. Girl was nice. It was a dance. But on the other side, I was kind of chilling there. No one really specifically kind of caught my eye. I was already starting to get tired. But then, the girl comes up and she's kind of being aggressive and everything like that. And I was just kind of like, okay, you know what? I was going to get into the dance. I'll just go for it. I'll get the other dance. But then, we get back there and she's being, super pushy and just, everything she was saying just sounded so, sketchy.
All you had to do was say
and
no,
she's,
bro.
Trying to give me a massage. And I'm just
she gave massages?
No, she was trying. And I was just like, I wasn't having it. And then, she was getting mad that I didn't want the massage. But then, she was also, trying to put moves on me and stuff. And you know me, if it's not a realistic thing, I'm just not going to have it. So, she's sitting there and she rubs her hand over my crotch. And she goes, oh, big boy over here. I see what you're dealing with. And I literally stopped her.
That's when you had it.
I stopped her and I said, listen, I know myself. You don't got to lie to me. And she stopped. She goes, excuse me? Bro. She goes, excuse me? I said, I appreciate you trying to be nice and say all this stuff. I know a lie when I see one, okay? You don't have to beat around that bush, all right? And it was just downhill from there. And I just got bad vibes. She made me very uncomfortable. And that doesn't usually happen when we've gone before. I've usually only met super nice, not pushy people. But she was the exact opposite. It really just left a bad taste.
I'm sorry that happened to you, but at least now you don't have to bug me to go anytime.
Yeah, so. No. The itch is scratched, and I think I'm good if I never go again.
Which, you know what? We had a good run. I remember the first time we went, and we've been going to this place, even though there are closer ones to us, we've been going to the same place because every time we go there, and even though you didn't have a good time, no exception.
There's always a story.
Every time we go there, there's always a story. And you've mentioned that before, and yes, I know it's true, right? That is true. But it's always a big ordeal. But the first time we went there, before we even really, were actually going to this place, you were 17, I was, just turned 18. We went to Foxwoods. and this place is near Foxwoods. So we're like, screw it. Let's go to the strip club.
Well, and I was hesitant because I was like,
you're not 18.
I'm not 18. They're going to ID. It's going to be a whole thing. You were like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to get you in.
Yeah,
You said it's about confidence, Cam.
It's about confidence. So we were like, fuck it. Let's go in there. We walk in. She checks my ID. All right. She checks your ID.
No, she asks for my ID. And I go, oh, I think I left it in the car. Brent, I think we need to go back to the car.
And then we had a bit, and I go, dude, you left it in the, because at this point I was like, I can still get him in. So I was like, dude, did you really leave it in the car? And we had a whole improv bit, and you're like, yeah, maybe it like fell out of my pocket. I was like, you really gonna make him walk all the way back?
And
to
I'll
the
let
car?
you know right now, none of it was believable.
It was so believable.
None of it was believable. They were looking at us the whole time like these fucking children.
And I was like, you're not going to make him walk up. He's like, you got to be 18. I was like, he is clearly, if I'm 18, he is. He just must have dropped it. I don't even know if it's in there. I was like, we'll have to either check the car or go back to the hotel. I was like, it's going to be a whole thing. And they were like, yeah, sorry. And we're like, fine.
You know, it's only the law, Brent.
So then we left that place. And then we made a song because, again, we were kids. We were children at this point. And we were like, oh my God, did you, we got to look. And then you were just mad at me. You're like, I told you it wasn't going to work.
I was fucking embarrassed. Do you know how embarrassing that is to have to go in there and do a whole very clear fake bit to bouncers that probably have to deal with this shit constantly?
I feel like we almost had them. But then years later, I think we were like 21 at this point. Like years later. It wasn't our first strip club because we went when you visited me in college in New York. But we went back here. We were like 21 years later. And I was like, dude, we're going to walk in and we're going to be like, finally found my ID.
No, I walked in and the first thing I said was, I got it.
I was like, this is
clearly different bouncer. No one knew. No one put the pieces together. But for me.
And it was like vindication because not only did you get in, it became a cesspool of stories. You know what I'm saying? Every time we go there, like from day one of essentially just getting told, get the fuck out of here, to we met, we've seen girls like work there who were their first dance ever, and we became really good friends with.
They told us it was their first day. And, you know, they were all excited and they were like a little bit nervous and they were just like kind of talking with us for a while about like, you know, getting through the nerves. And, because we each got a dance and she was super nice.
I think the biggest thing is like we go there and you see a lot of people who are your typical strip club, you know, people that you would see there if you stereotype them. Then you have us who are just normal people getting some drinks at a bar. And then you have people like Baloo fucking throwing hundreds. Bubbaloo dropping hundreds and like having 4 girls at once who's like 90 years old. Good for him. But
that
like
guy was a champion of the people.
So I think a lot of people like talking to us and getting to know us. Like there was that other girl who tried to give us tax advice out of nowhere.
She also was complaining that she went to jail and got her license taken away. And we're like, oh my God, like what happened? And she's like, total fucking scam, DUI. We're like, you went to jail for 1 DUI? And she's like, no, multiple.
Dude, it was funny because she was like, you want to dance? And we were like, no, like we were actually just like, we just were getting here with drinking. She goes, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Like completely was like, I just want to talk to you regardless. Then we were talking, get into the tax advice, get into the 3 DUIs. And then she was like, yeah, but like, I'm trying to better myself and my children. I'm like, what is going on? I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
She had her own story, man.
I'm
pretty sure she was in law school too.
Dude, I don't either or that or she was on some hardcore drugs because this girl seemed like she did it all but was bad at everything. And I felt for her.
Wait, was this girl me? Was I this stripper?
This might have been you. Then we have the other girl who, this is one of the times where we got like a private room. We got the champagne room, and usually they're a lot. Like we got bamboozled. We thought you could only get like ace of spades, like $1,000. So one time we like splurged and we like split it, and it was like whatever.
Well,
but
we didn't split an ace of spades.
No, but it was like a $500-$600 bottle, and we split it. It was a lot. Yeah,
I thought it was like a 3-4.
No, that was like the second one.
Oh, I thought the second one was like $125.
The second one was like $200 or something. Yeah, but then we get the second bottle, and they're like, "Oh, $200." I'm like, "Yo, we got fucking scammed." But on that time, there was like one girl, one stripper, walked up and was like, "Oh, can I have some champagne?" And we're like, "Yeah, that's the marketing technique. Sell us fucking $200 bottles of champagne, and then have all the girls take it." She had one glass and was like, All right, cool. Hey, I got some tequila shots.
Oh yeah, we were shooting the shit with her when she was doing it, and she was sweet
Super
woman.
sweet. Having her feel her work done.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh my god, I just got my tits done. You guys have to feel."
Doc
And we
did
were
a
like,
good job.
we were like, hold on. We're not supposed to be able to do that. And she's like, no, it's fine. And then she like grabs our hands and just puts them right on her tits. And she goes, they're great. I'm trying to convince my daughter to get them too.
Yeah, and then she goes, yeah, look, I have a daughter. Pulls out like a wallet, like out of her pocketbook, and was like, yeah, these are my kids. She had like 3 of them. I was like, how are you
Salt
seeing...
of the earth woman. She was just wonderful.
And then she goes, all right, I'm going to go get some tequila in my car. I know I'm not supposed to bring in alcohol. I'm going to bring it in and bring it to the booth. So we traded 1 glass of champagne for so many shots of tequila and cigarettes because we smoked a cigarette with her.
Yeah, and free booby touches.
Let's see. Is there any other good times that you like? I know you fell in love with the stripper at one point too.
Yeah, we went around Halloween one time, and all the girls were dressed up in like skimpy little costumes. And
Halloween was not advertised.
No,
clearly.
yeah,
it was still St. Patrick's Day 2021.
Yeah. But we get there, and she was real cute. She came over. She came over to us. It was me and you at the bar. She came up and she was talking to us. But then she was just like focusing on me, and you kept trying to chime in, and she was not having it. And then she whispered in my ear. She goes, "Can we go away from your friend?" And I was like, "Well, I don't want to leave him." And she goes, "Do you think he'll be okay if I get him one of my friends so he stops bothering us?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Worked
she goes,
out well.
"All right, point out a girl and I'll get her over here." And I was like, "All right, well, I know he had his eye on that girl." She
Who
goes,
was it?
I don't know. It was a girl. She was wearing some red costume. I think she was like
checks
dressed
out.
as a devil or something.
Yeah, that seems about right.
And this girl, the girl that I was talking to, she was dressed like an Egyptian, like Cleopatra kind of thing.
Oh, that's
so
cute.
it was my vibe. And so she walks over to the girl. She says something to her. The girl comes over and she starts sweet talking you. And
Sucker
then
for it.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that girl like within 5 minutes just gets you to go for a dance.
Yeah.
And then this girl that I was talking to just takes your seat, and me and her were just talking the whole night. She told me she was nervous because she didn't know if she was going to be able to come in because she got into a car accident and she technically has a concussion. And I was like,
have crazy
I
stories.
was like, you shouldn't be here. This is a
another good-
terrible idea. And she's like, no, it'll probably be fine.
That was another good thing about the girl I met this time. No crazy fucking story. Like,
Oh yeah, she just seemed normal, that girl, yeah.
but then I walk out of the dance and I remember you were like, yeah, we're getting married. You had like a ring pop or something. What was it?
No, we didn't have any like rings.
You said you
or
were gonna
anything.
get her a ring.
Yeah, but she's first of all, she's telling me a bunch of crazy stories about like people who like go in and they're just obsessed with her, and then like next time they see that she's there, they like show up with like $500 pair of shoes and like jewelry and shit just to give her. Like they don't want anything
Must be
from her,
nice.
but they just give her that shit. And then she was just like, she made a comment about like, oh well, we're clearly in love, right? And at this point, I was already like fucked up. I was like, hell yeah. And then we had all these wedding plans figured out, and then like I think you were trying to like chime in, and then she was like, why are you here? Don't you have that girl? And you're like, nah, I gotta dance. And she left, and then she decided to include you in the wedding plans and stuff, but she really didn't like you, buddy.
That was the different girl from the girl that got kicked out, right?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, that was different. That was Candy with a K.
Wow, way to dox her.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think that's her real name?
Yeah, everyone knows Candy.
No. That one was a different story. That one was because you and our other friend that we were with left me at the stage, and you went to go get a dance.
Was that the Christmas party or no?
That I'm not sure. It could have been.
Because there was
I think there were different times.
All right, because there was a Christmas party that was also St. Patrick's Day 2021,
But no,
which we did not know about.
You guys were up getting a dance, and I was just alone at the stage. And there was a couple of other scattered people at the stage, but across from me at the stage, so there was a girl dancing in between us, was just this other guy, probably in like his 40s, 50s, and he saw me like alone by myself. And while this girl's trying to dance and do her thing, he's like yelling to me from across the stage, trying to have a conversation. And I'm like kind of trying to keep up, but I'm like, this is awkward. So he just gets up and he comes and he sits there right next to me. And we're bullshitting, we're shooting the shit. He's like, what are you doing here? Like alone, like this, that, and the other thing. And I'm telling him, and he's just like, oh, well, your friends are shitty for not setting you up on a dance when they went to go get a dance. And I was like, oh, no, it's all right. Like, I hadn't really found anyone that I had my eye on or anything like that. And he goes, I'm going to get you the dance of a lifetime. I was like, what? He goes, oh, don't worry. I'm going to take care of you. My girl Candy's over there. Hold on. And I see him. He gets up. He goes over to a girl. He starts like sweet talking her. They look like they're flirting, and he's like pointing over at me and all that. And he hands her money. And
That's
then
crazy. And how was the dance?
She comes up and she goes,
I
"Come
didn't
on,
know
Daddy.
he paid for
we're
that.
getting drinks, and then I'm giving you a dance." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, your friend paid for it." And he's
That's
like looking at
crazy.
me, and he's like giving me a thumbs up, and I'm like, "Holy shit! Like this guy's the fucking man."
I didn't know he paid for that.
Yeah.
I thought you thought Candy out.
No. He handpicked,
That's
paid
awesome.
for it, and then was just like, "I'm gonna make sure my boy has
So
a
he
good
was a
time."
good
'Cause me
homeboy
and
then.
him, we hit it off. You know, he was a good guy. So we go over to the bar because Candy was like, "We'll get shots." And I was like, "Okay, I'm not paying for the dance apparently, so yeah, I'll buy his shots. That's good." So I go to get us shots at the bar, and some other stripper like walks past her or something, and they start chirping at each other. And they start like fucking arguing back and forth and getting into like a fight and everything like that. And I'm just an innocent bystander at this point. I'm just like sitting there. And these girls are like going at it like fucking cats and dogs. And finally, like the manager comes up to them, like breaks them up from like arguing and stuff like that, fires Candy on the spot, kicks her fucking out.
Yeah,
And now she's fucking gone. I never see her again.
I thought you got a dance from her,
No.
and then she got kicked out. I didn't know that.
Never
you
got a dance from Candy with a
free
K.
dance that never happened from her,
Yep.
and you know she was gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, apparently she looked like she was fucking crazy, dude.
She was starting fights.
She got fired. She got fired that night.
But it's okay because you had other like fantasy because you never got the Candy fantasy, but you got other fantasies, right? One of them actually happened on that Christmas party.
Oh, yeah. No, that was a beautiful time. I didn't realize it was a bucket list item until it happened.
I mean, I was like, it makes sense because at first we didn't even know it was a Christmas party. We went there on like Christmas Eve,
No, we didn't go
The
there on Christmas
23rd.
Eve. It was
like the 23rd.
I think it was a
real
couple
close.
days before. Because it was
really
like,
close.
I think like Christmas was like middle of the week, like a Wednesday, Thursday kind of thing. And we went out like the weekend
Was that the
before
first time we
that.
got our friend to go?
I think so.
Which was great because he showed up a little hesitant, and then the parking lot was packed. There were cars all the way down the
It was a struggle
street.
to find a parking.
We got lucky. We walk in, we're like, what is going on? And they're like, what do you mean? This is like our biggest event of the year. And I might have turned to you and was like, St. Patrick's Day 2021? He's like, that's our Christmas party. And I was like,
It was a classic.
Oh, that makes sense. So then there was cute girls dressed in reindeer dancing. And what
Yeah.
was your favorite part?
When I didn't realize I needed this until it happened. But there was a girl. She had like a sexy little like elf lingerie kind of stripper outfit on, little like Christmas hat and everything. And she stripped to Feliz Navidad.
It was a good time.
And it was absolutely wonderful.
I'm-
Didn't expect it. Absolutely needed it.
And I
Probably
I
threw
found
way
out
more
too-
money on there than I needed to on the stage.
I found out too, I'm really into reindeer. So
That's a way to put
and
it.
elves, I guess. It was a good time. And then the last, I think one of the most crazier ones, one of the most questionably legal ones was when that girl who wasn't like even working as a stripper there tried to sell sexual favors for money.
Yeah.
She was a prostitute.
There was a woman there one time, and she was really trying to get me to leave the building with her.
She was. And it was like that. It was more of that typical
I was
vibe.
not having it.
But literally, I mean, every single time we went
And you
there-
could tell her man was with her.
Yeah, oh yeah, no.
And he was like
he looked
eyeing
like a
me
pimp.
the whole time, and he looked like he was going to kick my ass whether I said yes or no.
Yeah.
And I was not comfortable.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were like, dude, whatever the modern day terms were, you were like, we're cooked. And I was like, dude.
I was like,
you're
we
right.
gotta go. I'm not comfortable. We gotta go. And if he gets up and starts walking to the parking lot as we're leaving, we're dying tonight. It's just gonna
Dude,
happen.
That's why I'm, it is sad for that to come to an end, right? But we'll miss the.
I am gonna
the
miss one
urinals.
thing. Yeah, the urinals.
Yeah.
The urinals were my favorite because they're just like they're ladies' lips, like big lipstick red lips. But the strangest thing was like the first time we were there, I walk into the bathroom and I was like, oh my God, this is fucking crazy. Like this is wild. I never would have guessed that this was gonna be what I walked into.
I could have, yeah.
And so I'm at the urinal. I'm pissing, and a guy comes in, cocked, goes to the urinal next to me, and he goes, "Ugh, isn't this fucking great?" nothing better than pissing in a woman's mouth. And
he was into it.
I just stopped peeing. I zipped up. I went and washed my hands, and I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I want nothing to do with this conversation. I am walking out of here.
So we'll miss stuff like that. I'll miss the bartender there, who is the only bartender that can outdrink me. Like, now, she's not a stripper, but she's cute, and I was like, I can outdrink you. You're like half the size of me. Like, okay. So we were ripping tequila shots.
You guys went shot for shot.
We had like 7 or 8 shots.
You kept telling her that you knew her name, and then she would quiz you like every 2 shots, and you never said the same name twice, and you never got her name right. And every single time she corrected you and told you.
But Cam, in my defense, I was fucked.
Yeah.
I was so fucked.
Yeah, I had to drive us home.
Was still working. And I was like, first off.
Not only was she still working, she looked like she hadn't had a sip of alcohol.
She was, yeah.
But when she was pouring them, like
we
she
saw
was
the same
pouring
bottle.
them in front of us.
Yeah, we saw the same bottle.
So she's a tank.
I know. And then I was
she's probably what your future wife should be. The only woman to ever outdrink you.
I was like, oh, I was drinking before. But dude, I was fucked. I passed out in the car. You guys had to drag me out. I threw up in the parking lot.
Yep.
And that girl was fine. So we'll miss a lot of those good times, right?
Yeah.
A lot of good stories, but that is our strip club experience.
Yeah,
it is coming to an end.
That's just it's the final chapter, And
Unless we go back.
And you got a great ending out of it,
You didn't though.
Yeah,
I think,
but I'm okay with that. I think that's how the story needed to end.
So it started high for you and ended low. Started low and ended high for me.
So we're net neutral.
Or we go there.
Overall.
Now that we've had that story, we do one post-credit scene where we both go one more time. We both have a good time.
You wanna hit him with a Hamilton one last time?
I want to hit him with the one last time. St. Patrick's Day, 2021 style.
You know what? Here's the thing, Brent. We'll make a pact right now. If time travel is ever invented, first thing that we do when we get access to it, we go back to their St. Patrick's Day 2021 party. And
oh my God, I'm gonna blow
it.
your mind right now. Because this never actually got released, but we had a whole time travel segment. But by doing that, it would create kind of like a paradox. Because what if we go back, St. Patrick's Day 2021 to the club, and there's no event, and we ask the bartender, where's St. Patrick's Day 2021? And we actually help create the first ever St. Patrick's Day 2021.
That would be a killer story. That would be the real perfect ending to the strip club tales.
We'll work on that for you guys.
I don't think we can't go back to the strip club until time travel is invented again so that we can make that happen.
I think we just need to go for St. Patrick's Day. Or Christmas party. I'm good with either. You pick.
Again, I don't know. I'm all strip clubbed out. It took a lot out of me this time. Super uncomf, not a happy camper after that. So it would take a lot to get me to go back.
Stay tuned for maybe even though this story comes to an end with that strip club stuff, maybe you hear a post-credit scene. We go back one more time.
Maybe.
But until then, this was me hinting at you to end the podcast. Go for it.
You don't have to be so abrupt about it. All you have to do is start, thanking the people for listening, reminding them that they can just go to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, anywhere they listen to podcasts, as Brent likes to say. Not entirely true.
We're not going back to this.
Having the people always give us feedback is something that we would love because we love to hear what our fans have to say. But, at the end of the day, as long as you're listening, we're happy. So, thank you.
I got no words.
Proud of me?
First ran out of words.
We've got plenty of words, okay? I don't want to hear it.
We're back in.
I don't want to hear it. We've got plenty of words. Say bye to the people.
Nah, I'm pretty sure we're definitely bye now.
I'm going to clip you saying we're definitely bye.
I'm not going to clip shit.
No, I'm going to clip it. I'm going to get the raw audio. I'm going to get the raw audio of you saying we're bye now.
How does one get the raw audio?
Well, I'm going to catch a scheme.
Okay.
I'm a schemer.
We're back. Cam really has something he
I
had to get off
forgot
his
we
chest.
had to give a shout out to the dead, to the dearly departed.
Time out. He's making me do extra work by clipping a different segment and adding a post credit scene because you had something to say. Go for it.
Well, I wanted to, shout out our fallen angels, Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan, and Chuck Mangione.
No one
we all
knows
lost
Chuck Mangione.
Everyone knows Chuck
They
Mangione.
are not in the same category.
They're all famous people, 2 of them artists. I guess they're all artists in a sense. But no, what I think we should do is we need a little like tribute thing like they do at the Oscars at the end, and it says like rest in peace, and it's like a picture of Ozzy Osbourne, and then it fades into a picture of Hulk Hogan, and then it fades into a picture of Chuck Mangione. But to go along with what I was saying before,
you can
have
do that?
the beginning to the Motley Crue song. I think that would be like a because it's got that soft piano in the background. I think that would be
Home
good.
Sweet Home.
Yeah. As like the pictures are kind of fading, and then it like slowly fades to black, and it's like we've got loss.
You want me? Oh yeah, hold on,
do all of that. Thank you.
So you want me to add an extra bonus segment, and then in the credits, or
you could throw like some fireworks.
You want to have a copywritten song, firework sounds. Me to make a title screen of Rip and add in all of those pictures. One of which I don't even know.
Say I'm a dreamer.
Okay, right on that.
I would appreciate it.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
guys.
we've got loss.
I'm Motley Crue.